So, grade our wide receiver room. Let's start with you, Shaq.
I give it an A. I mean, we got
He's
the
the force.
in the game. We got the top. I'll say a top 5, top 10 wide receiver 2 in the league. So I give our wide receiver room an A, no matter who our wide receiver 3 is.
Fair enough. What do you say, Lenny?
There's not much else to say. Shaq said it. You got the best receiver in the league with Addison, who's really good too. So
You gonna have a difference of opinion, Dylan?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like an A minus. I feel like it would be an A plus plus if we had a like more solidified wide receiver 3, but we have 2 very, very good wide receivers. So I guess how good Jefferson is, and Addison's better than your typical 2. So I feel like that kind of outweighs, what the 3 is. And then at the end of the day, I guess Hawkinson is supposed to be our true number 3. Like we're not supposed to have a number 3 because we need a true number 3.
He's a tight end though, man. We're gonna grade them later.
No.
Yeah, they
I know,
get their own grade.
and he's not a part of the grade, But I'm just saying our wide receiver 3 isn't like the Arizona Cardinals wide receiver 3. Like we're not relying on our wide receiver 3 as much. So, yeah, I'd A minus.
Rinaldi? See, I just said no pluses, no minuses.
Oh my
Dylan
God,
be like,
I'm not
look,
listening.
Dylan's like, you know what? After I'm done with this call, I'm gonna go tear the tag off my mattress, fish. That's how I'm feeling about you.
I thought I was drunk. Jesus.
One beer.
Right. I do not like our depth. If one of our first 2 guys goes down, we are in trouble, big time, and I will give them a C until they make it a B.
A C?
A fucking C, a flipping C until they make it.
So we just paid Justin Jefferson $140 million for our room to be a C? He can elevate it?
It's a room.
He doesn't do anything to elevate that grade? How can you have a C with Justin Jefferson on your team?
That C is huge. It'd be an F without him.
I'm going to tell you why.
An F with Addison?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're off your rocker. You need to go take a timeout, Rinaldi. Go reevaluate your life, like Dakota said.
Without JJ, our wide receiving room is an F. Like, here's a D. Like, yeah, Rinaldi's right. Like,
well, no. I'm gonna tell you why. Then you're gonna be wrong too, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because you guys just agreed with Brian Peterson. He gave him a C. Brian Peterson, they gave us a top. They gave us 10th, and now it's a C. That was before we knew we even re-signed. We were going to be able to re-sign Justin Jefferson. We thought we were going to trade him.
Well, Rinaldi, Brian Peterson, 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They get along so well.
2 C's in a pod.
If you take Jefferson out of our wide receiver room, we have one of the worst rooms in the league.
I'm giving it an A right now because I'm telling you right now what Kevin O'Connell said during OTAs about Jordan Addison, which we'll get there. I'm going to tell you what he said about Jordan Addison, and it's really good. Let's put it out there. It's like, get your popcorn ready because this wide receiver core that we have right now, the 1 and 2. I'm going to say we're going to be top 5 in the league with our 2 wide receivers, and I think we had the best wide receiver in the league, hands down, which it definitely sends us to an A no matter what. He can single-handedly take over a game. We watched it during the Lions, the NFC conference champion team that they played with. Go. Sorry, my daughter's going to go. I'll give it to you later. All right. Daughter came in. I think Justin Jefferson, watching during that Lions game, how he single-handedly took that game over with Nick Mullins as his quarterback, instantly gives us an A. No matter what.
It's a 17-game season. It's a
I think
game season.
It's 1 versus 3 all the time with Justin Jefferson. He still gets 1,000 yards and misses 8 games.
Even without Jefferson in our wide receiver room, I still give it a C because how did we do without Jefferson last year? We still played pretty well. Wasn't fantastic, but we still played well. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, we can fight about it.
I mean, if we would have had Kirk the whole time and not Dobbs, Mullins, and Hall without Jefferson, I think we would have been fine. I think we would have made the playoffs. So to say that we're a C with Jefferson, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Dylan doing?
All right, here's my grade.
I'm celebrating.
I almost thought about being as harsh as Rinaldi, but I'm going to call him a B. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because of all those first downs and not enough touchdowns out of that whole group. Not enough touchdowns out of our wide receivers.
Then who scored our touchdowns last year, Fish? Because it damn sure wasn't our running backs.
It wasn't, I mean, tight ends.
What he wanted.
You know what?
I'm
I'd
gonna
rather
call him a
have
B.
my receivers getting yards and touchdowns. That's why, I like to like joke around and say, oh, JJ only gets 8 to 10 touchdowns. I don't care if he's got 2,000 yards. If he's getting us into the 5-yard line, if we got a running back that can finish, that's what you need. So I'd rather have my receivers get 1,500 yards than 10 touchdowns.
I don't know what our ranking was in the red zone, but I don't think it was really good. We weren't converting.
Well, I think we got rid of pretty much our whole red zone offense from last year.
And we had a quarterback.
We turned the ball over. We kicked field goals.
So all those guys are gone, Fish.
You pessimistic bastard.
You tank top wearing. You're not even in Arizona, motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
See, Fish's employee called out today, and Fish had to do all the work by himself, and he's fucking grumpy today. He's taking it out on us.
He's gonna be happy when I come visit Nashville, though. I tell him that.
Guess what, Fish? It's 110
by force.
Yeah,
He's going to be happy by force. Cody, what'd you put in my drink? I didn't put nothing in there, Fish.
4 a.m, Fish on a live call. Welcome to Vikings.
Dustin Hanson.
Who the hell is Dustin Hanson?
That's
Los Dodgers.
Why would we grade the Lions? It's an F. Give them a horrible dog shit.
It's trash.
I think he wants to say that they don't have a wide receiver 3 either.
I mean,
they got a wide. Who's their wide receiver 2?
Their wide receiver 3 is
Jameson Williams.
Be Jameson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I've
never heard of her.
I give the Lions a B. They're more wide receiver by committee.
I don't get how Goff threw for 4,500 yards. I blew my mind.
No. Yeah, I don't think they're better than their wide receivers.
Well, 1,500 of it went to St. Brown.
I mean, they got Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, and then Reynolds. So would you take Williams or Amon-Ra?
Oh, Reynolds, Josh, the guy that put up 120 yards on Caleb Evans.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I remember that one.
Cody just loves to dig on Evans, man.
He's shitting all over.
When the day happens when Evans gets cut, Cody's going to have a serious hole in his life that he's going to need to fill.
Hot take. Evans starts this year. Hot take.
So you think Evans
Yeah,
takes
Laporta.
over Griffin? Bro, Kyrie Jackson's starting, so I don't know how he's going to make it in there.
I think it's going to be we'll go on cornerbacks probably next week.
Yeah. Let's do cornerbacks next week. I was just throwing shit at him. I like our starters better than Detroit starters any day of the week. I just don't like the room. I don't like the room as much.
I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he got a lot of yards because he commanded all the passes. He took all the targets and he runs the majority from the slot. I think he ran 80% from the slot last year. We looked at the numbers. And that's where the ball is coming to him from Jared Goff, right? And Jared Goff has no one else to throw to besides Laporta. If Laporta's not open, he throws to Amon-Ra. And good for Amon-Ra getting open from it's pretty easy to get open from the slot. All you need is 5 yards to catch. Michael Thomas did it for 130 targets or 160 targets and 130 catches, right? I mean, I like our wide receiver room by far way more than the Lions.
And if you were to, I guess the difference between our room and the Lions wide receiver room is that Lions wide receiver room can be successful because they run the ball 60% of the time. Our room can be successful passing the ball 60% of the time. And I don't think the Lions could flip. Because every time they did flip last year and they forgot to run the football, they shit the bed. Literally every single time.
And the only other NFC North team that could rival us at a good wide receiver room would be what I'm going to agree with Hager for the first time is the Bears.
Chicago.
I think the Bears rival. I can see them rivaling our wide receiver room. The Packers, they got a really young wide receiver room. I'm just not sure they're up to that big where we're at right now.
Are they still really young? Aren't they all like in their third or fourth year?
Yeah,
Second or third.
Third.
Ours is
Second,
pretty
third.
goddamn young too. JJ's 24, Addison's 22, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Powell's
Yeah,
the
but-
oldest one. Sherfield's the
Christian,
oldest one.
is Christian Watson better than Jordan Addison?
No.
No,
You
I
don't
don't
think
think
so?
so. No.
no.
Just
Christian
as
Ask
a
the
deep
national
speed
media
guy.
that question. They keep praying for him to be better.
I mean, you can't make the field for more than 6 games a year. I mean, you got to make the field, man. I'm sorry, you got to play.
Yeah, and I think the Packers
I was
got
not
a good
expecting
deal.
that answer from you guys.
I'm just kind of mad that we drafted the wrong Michigan State wide receiver. We should have got Jaden Reed instead of Jalen Naylor. I think Nicardo got his players confused while pounding on the
Jalen.
table. Like, I want this guy. Should have got Jaden Reed.
I wanted Jalen Hyatt last year, but
Yeah, he ain't doing nothing over there in New York.
no. But if he was in
Keith,
Minnesota,
what's your
if he
grade,
was in our
sir?
wide receiver room, if he was our number 3, hit him on a
Keith,
drag
you
route,
have yet to shine the glow of your grade upon us, sir.
I don't need to. It's an A already. There's nothing I can make it an F. It's still an A.
Do the gritty, Dylan.
But I would call it an A
I was
because
pushing
of
Naylor, Alex.
we have JJ, we got Addison. That's one of the best combos. And then I think it was Unk that said it earlier. Nice, Dylan. I think it was Unk that said it earlier that there's only like 5 legit wide receiver 3s in the league. Now, maybe there's a couple more, but he's probably pretty close to right there. And Powell, we haven't got to see him do it for a whole season. Maybe he can be that guy because when he did step in last year, he played well. He only had like, I think 29 catches last year because that's all he was asked to do. But like out of those 29, 19 were either a first down or a touchdown. The guy's clutch. Like, we might be overthinking this, honestly, and honestly, we're just trying to talk and have something to talk about. I mean, Powell might just be that guy. So, like, I'm not really downgrading us because Powell's a wide receiver 3 when you got 2 studs in JJ and Addison. Regardless of what I think the guy should have been paid, he's still a stud.
I feel